Hey guys, here's another story from omgatwork.com. At the restaurant where I work, they're trying to make me into an assistant manager. My boss doesn't know I have plans to move to Philadelphia in a few months. I sit and wait for the day when I come into work and I break the news to him. My voice quivering, head hung low, feeling sheepish. I'll give him my 2 weeks' notice. I imagine that he'll give me the silent treatment for the remainder of my time there. I'll walk around nervously, counting the remaining shifts that I have left to do before I move on. My actions will be scrutinized over these 2 weeks. I'll be scolded if it appears that I'm slacking on my duties. Where's the spoon for the egg dish? The sanitizer water's filthy. Why didn't I make sure it was clean? I'm moving at a slower pace, and my tables are getting frustrated that they don't have a server available to take their order. My team members are talking behind my back about how I basically called my final 2 weeks of work. I sense their aggravation, and I take it all very personally, feeling disappointed that my last days aren't turning out how they were supposed to be. I sit downstairs in the lounge, and I tear up as I eat my breakfast. My signature chicken smoked mozzarella tartine with arugula and extra tomato sauce on the side. When the final shift comes around, I walk into work with a heavy heart and my thoughts racing through my mind. But I'm motivated to have a successful day and be at the top of my game even more. However, on this day, the restaurant's dead. There is no possibility for me to prove anything anymore. I watch as my fellow servers end their shifts for the day and I remain. They're kind to me, and I truly believe that some of them will miss my daily presence. I break down as I say goodbye to my boss, and he leaves around midday, but he's cold and he's distant, telling me that I should visit whenever I'm in the neighborhood. He doesn't mean it. I'm closing the restaurant that night, so after 5 o'clock, I'm all alone on the floor. I'm especially friendly toward my customers, and they receive great service. None of them know this is the last time that they're going to see me. I don't bother to tell them. As the day winds down, and I do all my closing duties, I enjoy the little things that I've been so accustomed to doing over these past few years. I leave briefly over a sentimental note on the chalkboard to the attention of the opening server. I go into the bathroom and I think about how I cared too much about my job. I spent too much time here, how it tore apart some of my most personal relationships, and how I missed many more things that I can't even think of at the moment. I silently congratulate myself for a job well done. A job I didn't think that I was capable of handling, but I did. This makes me feel embarrassed, and I come back around to the feeling that I cared a little too much, wishing almost that I hadn't. I packed up my things. I'm one of the last ones to leave. I say goodbye to the closing manager, who also isn't the person I wished it to be. I look around for a moment or two, secretly hoping that no one sees me in this moment of personal reflection. I walk out the side door waiting for the sense of relief to sink in. But it never comes. I'm filled with dread for everything that comes next. I'm tired and I can barely think anymore, stand to be inside my own head. I walk over a few blocks and catch the express bus, catching one quick last glance of the restaurant in the darkness, waiting for the next morning to open its doors again. The next day would just be another day, just one without me there. Or maybe none of that will happen.